there anything you can put your finger on, Terrell, the last couple of games in the fourth quarter, it's just really happened for you and the line? Can you trace it to anything? Or?
I think it's just our determination, to finish. We always want to finish with the ball in our hands. One of the things we always stress during the week is being able to finish with the ball in our hands and, leave it on us. So I think it kind of comes from that.
Have you been a guy through your career that you like the longer games go, the better you feel, or do you like the late run?
Yeah, I think we pick up a lot of energy, and you definitely been able to see it when it gets to times like that. We want to be able to finish the game, and we want it in our hands.
Either Illinois or this last one, Terrell, did you know that what was coming on a couple of those drives as far as your role in them?
Yeah, I know we want to be able to, when we're kind of up in a situation like that, we run a 4-minute offense, we want to be able to run the ball and, kind of chew clock and move the ball down the field. So I knew that, my number was going to be called for a few of those plays.
What was this? Did you feel like this is your best season individually?
I feel like we're playing pretty good so far. A lot of things I think personally I can improve on, a lot of things that we can learn as an offense as well. So the ceiling is very high for us.
Did you take a peek before you guys went out for that drive, did you take a peek at the clock and kind of function in your mind how much time you needed to kill or what you guys maybe needed to do to try to put it away?
Yeah, well, we kind of work on it during the week, different things you want to do during the drive. Obviously, what the clock is, and you're not, when you get to those kind of situations, get up slow and kind of just in a 2-clock situation. So it's different things we worked on. So we're always aware of the situation.
It was 8-something. Did you think in your mind at all that there's any way you guys could eat most of that or close to most of it?
When I'm playing, I'm out there, just trying to make a play, but obviously, we want to be able to run the ball down the field and kind of eat most of that clock up.
With the offensive line, just how much you guys have had to shift guys around, what are the challenges, maybe just establishing a running game and kind of doing things consistently just with all the changes you guys have had to make up front?
Yeah, we've had to make, changes around the board. So, like I said, I'm real proud of those guys the way they've handled it because it hasn't been easy. I know for them, hasn't, guys moving around, guys getting hurt and, coming in and out of the game. So it's not an easy situation, but I think we've handled it pretty well.
How are you feeling 6 games in personally, just health-wise?
I'm feeling pretty good. I've been staying on top of my treatment. Those guys been getting me right, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
James, Dolphins' best start in about 15 years. I guess just describe the vibe on this team. With the halfway point being
We're feeling pretty good right now. We just want to keep the train rolling and keep getting wins.
Hey, Terrell, do you give advice to the younger backs? They get a handful of carries maybe or no carries at all, and you've been in that situation before where you got to kind of wait. Do you ever preach patience to them?
Yeah, because you never know when your number can be called, and when it does, you have to be ready. It's something I always had to, instill in my mind as a young player. So you always have to be ready because, anything can happen in the game. So when your number is called and it's time for you to make a play, you got to be able to do it.
Did you have a favorite run from that game Saturday? That was your best run?
I'm not sure. We had a lot of good runs. I wouldn't say I had a favorite one.
Your improvement this year, specifically between the tackles, can you pinpoint any one thing that attributes to that? Is it just seeing things better, being more patient? Why do you think you've gotten so much better this year?
I just think it comes from film study, putting in a lot of time and effort just to studying more film and knowing the different schemes on our offense and defense. So I think it's just me becoming, kind of just knowing more about both defense and offense and being a smarter player overall.
Terrell, go back a year ago, that loss to Purdue. How low was that for this team at that point? Can you describe it?
Yeah, that was a big low point for the team. Obviously we had a lot of games like that where it came down in those close situations, but that game kind of hit us. So we definitely want to be able to bounce back from that this year.
What turned around for this team to go 9-1 since that loss?
I mean, everything turned around. I mean, you know, we knew from then that wasn't the season. We wanted to have it all. We knew that we were capable of a lot better. So I think since then, you know, we knew we were capable of, and we kind of just been trying to put it all together.
That play was pretty bang on the fumble Saturday. What did you think as we were reviewing it?
I was, you know, thinking for the best. You know, I knew my knee hit, but it was kind of hard to see on the film. Like, I can't even see it on the film looking back at it. So it's just a bad situation. But on my part, it can't happen, and it's unacceptable.
So was there some confusion that it called a fumble or called down? Because it seemed like the officials even were, one guy came over and called it a fumble, and then the other guy called you down. Did you even get a clarification what the call was initially?
I'm not even sure. I just know it went in our hands, so we were able to come up and, you know, play the next play on offense.
Can you describe the feeling when you're, you know, during a review like that, and you don't know for sure what the outcome's going to be? It's that close.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the last 3 weeks has kind of been like that for me, you know, going down reviews. So I want to cut that down a little bit, but it's not a feeling I want to be able to be going through a lot.
I mean, is it like your heart's in your stomach?
Yeah, everybody. I mean, they asked me, "You down?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was down." So I'm not gonna say I wasn't down, but yeah, no, it's definitely a feeling I want to be able to avoid.
Are you personally feel like you're in the best shape you've been to be able to go get those carries in the fourth quarter and get that extra work?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I feel like our whole offense is in pretty good shape. I mean, you know, you don't see guys saying they're tired at all. You know, they're not showing it. So, I mean, that's what I love about our offensive line especially. They'll never show that they're tired no matter what. We go all the way down the field on an 80-yard drive, and they won't show it. So,
you guys dropped one to Purdue last year. How big is Saturday's game in benchmarking the success that you guys have seen since last year?
I think it's a big game. I think, you know, this is one of the games where I think we want to be able to play a full game and come out, you know, offensively and defensively and execute on all levels. So, I mean, that's the goal for every week, but I think we definitely need to be able to do it this week.
How big is that, knowing what's ahead? You got Ohio State, you have Wisconsin in the coming weeks after this Purdue game. How important is it that you guys put something together that you can feel good about going into the toughest stretch of the schedule?
I think it's real important. Like I said, we want to execute on all of us, but, I mean, you know, we kind of don't want to look ahead at all and focus on Purdue right now.
Terrell, Purdue just fired their coach here yesterday. You guys went through a coaching change 2 years ago, but that was at the end of the season. Can you imagine what that would be like coming midstream?
Yeah, it's probably pretty tough for their players and the whole organization. So, I mean, obviously I went through it, but so, I mean, it could be a lot of change-ups for them offensively and defensively. So we just have to be ready for everything.
Some disrespect at the national level. Do you guys think you have something to prove still to the fans?
Yeah, I definitely think, you know, we have something to prove, and that's what we've been trying to do every year. But we're all about us, and we play for each other. So what Coach Riley always says, the rankings don't matter to the end of the year. So we kind of try to block out all the outside noise and just go out and play.